Okay, next. Next. Okay, now, this has to do with something I talked about yesterday, which I've talked about many times. When the engine says all zeros, it doesn't mean the position's equal. It means the engine believes if both sides play perfect, it's a draw. Now, it could also mean one side plays perfect and the other side plays terrible, and it's still a draw. And that would also be all zeros. However, if the side that was playing perfect in my two examples makes any kind of error, they're dead lost. Now, if you're in a situation where you draw no matter what you do, that's good. If you're in a situation where you must play perfect every move to draw, any little mistake you lose, that's not good. But if those positions come up against each other, the engine says equal. Because the engine only looks at the best moves. It doesn't care about if you make a mistake. That's not part of its analysis. Like, he'll probably make 2 or 3 mistakes, so he's losing. Well, if he does, yeah. Okay, and this is an excellent example of what I was talking about yesterday. The engine says it's equal. Okay? Nobody on earth is taking black here. If you told a super GM it was equal, they would just laugh. Because these are the worst rooks ever. My king is better than your king. This pawn's ridiculously weak. This pawn's a little weak. My king is awesome. Look at that king compared to your king. And I have a pass pawn on the 6th rank that can never be captured. So the engine believes if black keeps playing perfectly, then he'll draw. Maybe the engine's right. But it's not an equal position. It's a position where everybody, every grandmaster on earth wants white. And if black draws, good for him. But black can't do anything. Black has no plan. There's no way to activate the rooks. There's no way to keep that B pawn there forever without using all your pieces to stop it. Terrible. And as a consequence, black lost in 6 moves, which is understandable. I mean, horrible position. And the only way to draw, according to the engine, is to play rook d8 and then move your king up here, up to c6 if it's legal. Yeah. And even then, it's no good, but you try to draw. Okay. Cheparinov played rook b8, so now he's already in trouble. King a5. Rook c8 is a very bad move. He should have played king e7. c5. And this is move 40, so this is the time control. Now the engine at this point doesn't like c5, okay, and it says instead you should play rook b1 and white's winning because here comes the b pawn. Okay, and black took, which is the engine move, and now since the engine was weak, it says, oh, white's winning. So if you have a weak engine, it says c5 is bad. If you have a really good engine, it says c5 wins. And what's funny is c5 is a big decision to make at move 40 because you're just playing quickly. So he was really confident that c5 won because he could maneuver around and try to play c5 later once he calculates it more. But he's like, no, that wins. Okay, so you take it. Takes b7. $5. Yay. Go Joanna. She tries to be on the banner. The rook has to move away. King b6. Exclam. And that's the kind of move that a lower-rated player would miss often. The lower-rated player is like king takes, king here, etc. Okay, this move wins and every other move loses. You have to stop king c6 and king c7. You got to stop them. King takes a6 loses. King c6. I want to play rook here, rook here. And if you play here, I pin your pawn and take it. But king b6 wins. This pawn is shallow and pedantic. Only thing that matters is this pawn and stopping the king from going here. That's what matters. Okay, he played c4, which is explosive. Now, white only has one winning move. Not easy for a low-rated player. For a high-rated player, pretty easy. Not only does white have one winning move, if white doesn't play the one winning move, he's losing. See, chess is tough. What of rook b8? What of it? Rook b8 doing nothing. Also, it's white's move. But I assume you mean rook b8 here. I guess. Yeah, it's the same. King takes, loses, and king b6 wins. Yeah, I mean, black can't move here. Black has nothing to do. Take this at my leisure, and eventually I'll kick your ass. Yeah, because at some point, when I take this and go here, king here loses to bishop b6 or bishop d6. So king rook b8 doesn't help. Okay. Right, bishop d2 winning easily. Now these pawns are shallow and pedantic. Now, white can play bishop c3 next move, and then eventually white can just take this. Even prefaced by that. So if black doesn't do anything, and I don't really know what black should do, there's nothing you can do. White's going to play bishop c3, king a7, and if you go here, I'll play bishop takes e5 check. So this is hopeless, so black resigned. Always sack the exchange. But yeah, this king's better than this king. These passed pawns can't move. This passed pawn's queen next move. This is on a dark square, so I can go take it. Yeah, amazing. Yeah. Bishop c5? What? When? What are you talking about? Stop making stuff up. g4 in desperation? It's illegal and doesn't do anything. Yeah, still theory. What about king a7? What about us brain-dead slobs? You'll be given cushy jobs. Is there a chance the track could bend? Not in your life, my Hindu friend. Right. You can play king a7 whenever you like. I actually talked about it, and I mean, that's what it was. You know, you can do whatever you like. Yeah. Now, if you play here, then you lose. King c6, threatening this. You have to queen. If you play king takes a6, I take your pawn. I can't queen. Yeah. And then two passed pawns, what else? c3 winning, the only winning move. And your king can't do anything because, king can't do anything. So, bam! As in the game, gotcha, bitch. Right. So you're trying to get a queen eventually, but you're also trying to stop these passed pawns. So bishop d2. Queen later, black has no counterplay. Stopping your opponent's counterplay, not the strong suit of my chat. The strong suit of my chat, saying nonsense in the chat. That's your strong suit. Stick with it. Gotta do what you're good at. Yeah, if you play the illegal g4, white can illegally take en passant. So that's why it doesn't work. No.